I'm Sheila Brummer with Siouxland Public Media News. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds appointed Judge David May to the state's Supreme Court. He currently serves on the Iowa Court of Appeals. May was chosen from a short list of 3 candidates sent to the governor by the State Judicial Nominating Commission a month ago. May says he intends to decide cases based on the law as written and with what's consistent with the U.S. and Iowa constitutions. May will be the 5th appointee Governor Reynolds has made to the state Supreme Court. He is filling a vacancy left by Justice Brent Apple, who retired this month. State health officials are reporting an increase in the number of reported positive COVID-19 tests in Iowa. It doesn't say Iowa. I'm Sheila Brummer with Siouxland Public Media News. Health officials in Iowa are reporting an increase in the number of reported positive COVID-19 tests in the last week. There were more than 7,200 positive tests in the last 7 days. That marks an increase of more than 500 as the highly contagious Omicron BA.5 subvariant circulates throughout the state. Transmission rates also rose from low to medium in Woodbury County, with an increase of more than 30% from July 14th through the 20th. However, federal officials say about 250 Iowans are hospitalized. That's a slight drop from last week. 22 of those hospitalizations are in the ICU. The CDC reports 62.6% of all Iowans are fully vaccinated against the virus. An opioid maker is willing to pay up to billions of dollars to settle thousands of legal claims, including one filed by the state of Iowa. Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller was the lead negotiator for a dozen states that sued Teva Pharmaceuticals. Miller says the settlement is another major step in addressing the opioid crisis. Final details are still being worked out. Teva executives have announced the company is willing to pay up to $3.7 billion in cash over a 13-year period. The company is based in Israel and will also provide $1.2 billion worth of a drug that reverses overdoses. Miller says the settlement will help cover treatment for opioid addiction and help prevent fatal overdoses. Attorneys for Iowa and the other states accused Teva of downplaying the risks associated with opioids and even suggesting prescribing more pills was the answer to people who were showing signs of addiction. President Joe Biden approved a request for a federal disaster declaration for a portion of Nebraska that suffered damage from severe storms and straight-line winds in May. The National Weather Service says those storms moved through the eastern half of the state back on May 12th and generated those straight-line winds of up to 100 miles per hour, downing power lines, poles, trees, and damaging buildings. Extreme drought is persisting in northwest Iowa, including Sioux City. It's the second worst classification to exceptional, and it might include major crop losses and widespread water shortages. The Iowa Capital Dispatch reports that crop conditions slipped slightly from a week ago. The USDA reports corn conditions 80% good or excellent, soybeans 75% good or excellent. Iowa casinos took in a record amount of money in the fiscal year that just ended, despite a slowdown in the past months. The casinos reported $1.6 billion in gross revenue for casino games and slots during the last fiscal year that just ended July 1st. Racing and Gaming Administrator Brian Arilko tells Radio Iowa casinos usually see a little downturn this time of year as people are on vacation or doing more outdoor activities. The state is also seeing the Nebraska casinos ramping up their operations. They will be run by Warhorse Gaming, a division of Ho Chunk Inc., a supporter of Siouxland Public Media. And the Plymouth County Fair in Lamar's kicked off today. The event at the Plymouth County Fairgrounds calls itself the best 5 days of summer. So that means festivities will continue through Sunday, July 31st. For Siouxland Public Media News, I'm Sheila Brummer. Have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon, and thanks for listening. Don't forget, you can always tell your smart speaker to play KWIT